Hey guys, this is Valerie Lauer with the iPhone Here's an application that we've had this week called iEtiquette. This is a mobile etiquette guide and manners manual, if you'd like to think of it that way, that goes on your iOS device. So without further ado, now that when you open the application, you do get this attention or this warning kind of. It's just basically to tell you that this application is intended to be a general international guide to manners. So if you have any need to brush up on your polite manners, or if you're hosting an event, or if you're wondering how to gracefully deal with social situations, this application, which is really kind of an ebook broken into sections, has that for you. So very interesting, but not culturally specific, really. This actually organizes all of the etiquette sections into 5 tabs. There's at the table, hosting, wedding, shared spaces, and lifestyle. Now, as you saw when we pulled up hosting and wedding, there's 2 different sections here at the top. There's one for guest and one if you're a spouse, and under hosting it's if you're a guest or if you're the host. So the information and the suggestions, the advice will all vary depending on the specifics. Here under at the table, for instance, if you were looking under these topics, it organizes them by components, which gives you everything from cutlery to glasses, and there's also some interesting things which is setting the table, how to arrange your seating, serving, what do you have tangled food, and any of those you tap on brings you to a article page, which you can just scroll through very, very easily. Now if you ever see a show button like this and you tap on it, do whichever you'd like, it brings you to a visual representation of what you're learning about. So any of these you'd like to touch on, it'll give you the details, which glass is which bowl and what fork is which, and if you double tap you close it. So very easy, again, to navigate and look through that as well, but nice to have visual representation. And you can tell they have it very themed with the black and white and red. They stick to that basically the whole time. User interface wise, it's very easy to navigate back and forth. You have these dedicated back buttons like you do in most iOS applications. And really, again, this is mostly just a writing intensive application. It's articles. So that's what happens in the at the table. Under hosting, it's everything from how to choose to invite, how to behave, what to wear, and what to do with hostess gifts, and even there's some conversational ones, and they'll link you to different articles in them. There we go. See at the bottom, there's some just go right to conversation. Under the wedding, I thought it was interesting you had one for spouses, so if you were planning a wedding, you could actually look in here for details about choosing a wedding invitation wording, for instance, going through and choosing the behavior and clothing and the thank you cards, just general etiquette rules that you might not realize if you're planning a wedding, or if you are attending one, you're not sure what to wear, you're not sure how to act, you're not sure what the deal is, if you bring a gift or not. This is exactly where you would want to go just to read up on that a little bit, to get a better handle on what's going on. So very, very detailed. The shared spaces I like quite a bit, especially because this applies a bit more to things that you may be dealing with, beach, swimming pool, lifts, elevators, if you will. Just good manners in those areas as well, which is where you may have questions in public spaces if you're not sure how to act when you're on the subway or when you're on a airplane. This is where you would get that information. That all would come in handy. So mostly it's a refresher for manners if you already have good manners. And if you don't have good manners, or you want to build on those ones you learned when you were a child, this is a great way to do it. Under lifestyle, it gets a bit more specific, from introductions, nonverbal greetings. These conversation ones are very interesting. It mentions just general rules, don't interrupt people, be polite, wait your turn. To telephone manners, which, if you've ever seen someone at a table at a restaurant on their cell phone, it can get very frustrating. There's just some politeness that goes there. And I love the pet section personally because it talks about what you would do as a pet owner to have a good deal of grace being an owner, and also touches a little bit on what other people should be doing with pets as well. So very detailed, get extremely thorough, and well organized. I'm not a big fan of the layout. The white text and the black background can get a little hard on your eyes when you're reading because of how your eye focuses on it and has to keep repeatedly focusing and focusing. It can cause a little bit of eye strain. However, that aside, this is a lovely application. It only costs 99 cents to download. That was recently a price cut, so only $1 to download iEtiquette. And it is a universal application which will work on your iPhone, your iPad, and your iPod Touch. And you can also, one more thing I wanted to show you, touch and hold for an option to share data on Facebook when you've selected it. So interesting social network integration on top of all the other great features. Here at the iPhoneAppReview.com, we did give this application 4 out of 5 stars for good effort and thorough coverage, and really being an interesting way to go through that etiquette information at a reasonable price. Until next time, again, this has been Valerie Lauer.